We're live.
I feel pretty live.
All right, hey, everybody. They tell me we're live. Good to see you. This is Brad Tassell. You know, the pandemic has given me a chance to really find myself for the first time, and I was better off lost. Let's start the show.
In a cabin, going crazy, cause a flu that's worse than swine swept the planet, so damn it, here we are in quarantine.
Hello, and welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. Here are some etiquette guidelines for Virtual Comedy Show. Please arrive 15 minutes early. Please be quiet, except for laughing. Come on, we've been a Zoom meeting civilization for 9 months. You know the drill. Just be polite, okay? We would like to see your face as part of the audience. Let's be social, not just distant. So get comfortable, plan to laugh, but not heckle, and let's make our strange quarantined world a bit more normal for a little while. Thanks, and enjoy the Virtual Comedy Show.
Hey everyone! It's time for the Virtual Comedy Show! Starring Brad Tassell and Steve Goody! Tonight, Brad and Steve welcome their very special guest,
It's Jeff and Carla.
live from their respective quarantined homes. And now, please welcome Brad Tassell!
Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you. Hey, you can see my wife's feet back there a second ago. Did you see that? That was great. So yeah, we're in my new 1960s TV show pad, and we still haven't worked out all the kinks of the pad. So hello everybody, welcome. I'm Brad. Hello to Ellen and Alice and Valerie, and of course Carla and Patti and everybody. It is great to be here. By the way, someone asked me last week if I was wearing skinny jeans. And I said, close, they're when I was skinnier jeans. That's the first funny joke. Well, we have an especially great show, especially great because we've got our regulars all back for one wonderful show. Jeff Shaw, I begged him and he finally came back. Thank you, Jeff. He waved. And of course,
my contacts in.
Carla said she'd never come back to this show, and then she will get her husband back later. So it'll be great after the show is over. So we are so glad to be here. So I'm going to knock out these jokes that I wrote in the car driving all day today that I can't read because they're in my handwriting, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, y'all ready? Let's take one. So by the way, first joke, Mike Pence just signed a multi-million-dollar publishing deal with Simon & Schuster. That is true, if you did not know that. His first book, A Boy, a Beard, and a Dream. So, now, raise your hand if you know what that means beyond I use beard.
No idea.
Okay, so A Boy and a Ball and a Dream was Marvin Wood's book, who was my high school counselor, and he was the guy who beat the Milan team. He was Gene Hackman in Hoosiers. And his book was A Boy, a Ball, and a Dream. So if anybody out there understood that joke, I will send you $5. No, I won't. Okay. So I thought that joke was clever. And I will edit it down. Good, thank you. All right. By the way, hey, Baylor won the NCAA basketball championship. Did you see that, everybody? Baylor. Baylor, if you don't know, is an ultra-conservative religious university where dancing is banned. Who knew that? Dancing is banned, and it is the alumni, one of them, Rand Paul. Did you see that? So the title is bittersweet, though, because on the plus side, it proves that God had a hand in the win. And it's bad because they are the only school in the U.S. that would visit a Trump White House. So, you know, now it's the devil or nothing. So they have to visit. And no Big Macs, the official burger on. So no Big Macs. All right. So number 5, can you believe it'll be the 5th joke? Vladimir Putin. We've all seen the news. Vladimir Putin has signed a law that will technically make him president until 2036, if he wishes. The opposition to the law has already been poisoned. By the way, The same provision also, and this is true, defines marriage as a union strictly between a man and a woman. Republicans, evangelical Christians, Matt Gaetz, and Trump had a strongly worded message for the Russians on these orders. Add sleeping with teenagers and we're in. That was my favorite joke, too. It's now downhill. Oh, now on the other side, Virginia is now the 12th state to ban gay and trans panic as a defense for murder. So that is fantastic. Perpetrators of violent crime have tried to argue that their victims' gender or sexuality provoked them to a crime of passion. So now they will have to try a more honest defense. I was afraid of the tingle I got in my pants. That's more honest, isn't it?
I like that one a lot.
I like that one a lot. That was one of my favorite jokes. Okay, now I'm feeling comfortable this week. Are we all comfortable? Okay, so have you seen this? This one we debated on, so it could be edited later. A group called White Lies Matter. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Not White Lives Matter. White Lies Matter has stolen a Confederate monument honoring Jefferson Davis and says they will make it a toilet if their demands are not met. Patti, you have not seen this. You look like you haven't seen this. No. So also, they stole the perfect toilet paper, the Confederate flag.
Oh boy.
The South is going to love this show this week.
You pinko commie. That was awesome.
I know, I'm a pinko. I know, it's terrible. Is it communist to not be for the South?
No, just to wear that shirt.
Oh, yeah, it is pink. It is pink. Oh, yes, and I'm a communist.
There you go.
So, ex-Prince Harry and Meghan have signed a rumored $100 million deal with Netflix.
Wow.
What, Patti, you haven't seen any of the news.
What?
Now, in response to the deal, no, by the way, in response to the deal and the couple's assertion that the monarchy is racist, the Queen Mother has inked a deal for a new show, WAP Juicy Royal on BET. Featuring Cardi B. Juicy Royal. Let's picture the Queen Mother doing that. Okay.
Already there.
Already there, baby. Already there. All right. Hey, it's almost over.
That's the first joke that didn't confuse Patti. Good job.
Hey, Patti, Patti hasn't gotten any of the punchlines until that one. Oh, good. Well, that one. Well, when you say WAP Juicy Royal, I think you're going to win no matter what. Yeah. And BET. So President Biden is set to sign 6 executive orders to curb gun violence.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of exciting. The NRA has called the orders the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse plus 2 more horses. By the way, and I'm going to pull this one off because I can't see it. The NRA, because I have to be more clear on this one. The NRA called Biden greedy, by the way, saying first he stops the rapid COVID deaths, and now he wants our beloved members to stop murdering children of minorities. What won't he do? I don't know. Maybe that was a little heavy-handed. I don't know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a joy to be here. I'm sitting down tonight, so I'm tired. Can you notice the energy is a little different?
It seems more confident. I like it.
It seems more confident. I like it. It has been terrible so far. Thank you. And on my new set. Well, we have an incredible show because we have the funniest people I've ever met in my life and the most musical. So let's go right now to the man, the myth, the joy that is Steve Goody.
Hi, everybody. How about it for Brad, the new confident Brad? That was nice. Before we get into tonight's top 10 list, if you've been following the show, you know I do a top 10 list every week, kind of a throwback to the old Letterman days. But before I do that, I want to open up the big mailbag. We get a lot of viewer mail, more than you might expect. And this letter I thought we should share this. Dear Steve and Brad, Love the show. It's always a highlight of my week. Question. I see that Steve has a few musical instruments there, but I've only ever heard him play the guitar. How about a top 10 list featuring that upright bass hiding behind the TV? Thanks. Keep on rocking. Gilbert Gottfried. Well, I thought it's a good point Gilbert makes, so let's give this a try. I don't know that this has ever been done before. I'm going to play the bass while reading comedy. While sitting down and being confident.
At least you will be playing the bass.
Yeah, that part's for sure. Can you pick that? You getting that? Everybody hear that?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Tonight's category, as though torn from the headlines directly, top 10 pandemic changes in Major League Baseball.
Ooh.
I've been following the baseball season has been open for barely a week, and already there's all kinds of controversy and changes that have to do with the year we've been through, and we're not even quite through it yet. So these are the top 10 pandemic changes in Major League Baseball with the base. Number 10. All 9 positions wear catcher's masks. Number 9. Overly enthusiastic Bleachers fans must be 6 feet away when they spit on you. Number 8. Hot dog vendors must change the water every 3 months and then add bleach. Number 7. If a manager is displeased with a call, he may tweet his displeasure from the dugout toilet.
Oh my.
Number 6. Right fielders may participate via Zoom. Number 5. Average players weight 425, up 50 from 2019. Number 4. Losing team doesn't concede. They pout in Florida and give toasts at weddings. Number 3. After a couple of months of pouting and toasting, they may storm the Baseball Hall of Fame and smear poop in the lobby. Number 2. All uniforms are now sweatpants and flip-flops.
Sure.
And the number 1 change in Major League Baseball due to the pandemic: Georgia state government sucks.
Very true. Now, you know, Ellen.
Wait. Sorry to interrupt. Got another piece of viewer mail right after. Wow, that was amazing how quickly that came in.
That's great.
Dear Steve and Brad, that was cool and all, but no one needs to hear that much bass. Remember last week when you wrote a second top 10 list while the other comedians were performing? That was impressive. Can you do that again? Your fan, Sting. All right.
All right. So, well, we will see at the end of the show whether you have done that or not.
I hope it works out.
I hope. Although I was about to say I wanted more bass. I love the bass, and I wanted to hear more. I wanted like another 20 seconds of bass between ones.
All right, maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Write me some viewer mail, and I'll see what I can do.
I will write you. Well, I can't write the viewer mail. We have to have. Yeah, Zoe says more bass too. I think I think the bass is brilliant. So
All about the bass.
yeah, and I'm not lying to you. It's all about the bass.
We'll see how you feel next week when I use a banjo.
More cowbell.
Now, Janet sitting behind me, when that song came out, she thought it was all about the bass, no trouble, right? It was no trouble, all about the bass. And I said, same thing. Who cares? So, okay. Well, by the way, hey, we have one person in here who is from Georgia. Ellen, you're from Georgia, but now you're in South Carolina. Thinking about moving back to Georgia now?
Yeah, since there was a mass murder in my town yesterday.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. You're in Rock Hill?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, gosh. Write a joke about it, and I'll let you do it at the end of the show.
Too soon.
Too soon. Oh my God, I didn't even see that. It's so
Same day
soon
is
I didn't
always
see
too
the
soon.
news. Well, I'm so sorry. I hope everybody is going to be okay and stuff like that. And obviously they're not. So, hey, on that note, let's go to Carla.
Oh, great. Thanks.
That reminds me, Carla, I'm going to bring you up, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. That reminds me of a quick story. I had a book come out called Billy Fustertag Learns Comedy, kids book. I go to a television show at a TV station, and you know where they do like those news shows, plus they have entertainment. And the anchor does a story. She goes, today in Japan, 10 kindergartners were stabbed when a man broke into the kindergarten and stabbed many children. Speaking of children, Brad Tassell is here.
Ooh.
So, speaking of the massacre in Rock Hill, we've got Carla Albrecht.
Oh man, Carla said you put the bass in baseball. That didn't even occur to me.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been fun.
I think we need a reset.
We need a reset.
I am from South Carolina, from Clemson, though. It's about an hour from Rock Hill. So that's about the only thing that has to do with that. I was really perturbed. I guess I'm turning into a curmudgeon. That's the word, curmudgeon. Because I'm just so tired of people using overly ridiculous language to describe everything. Like everything's so outrageous. So I thought, well, it calls for a song. No one simply says good job anymore. Everything is perfect and awesome. Seriously, would people even recognize now perfect things if they saw some? My brownies came out pretty good this time. I appreciate all of the praise, y'all. Delicious, tasty, yummy, okay, but really, they aren't amazeballs. Word inflation. Words are meaningless. Word inflation. It's a hot, hot mess. Every little thing, a trend that cannot be reversed. Everything is either the best or the worst. I can't stand it. Word inflation. It's like totally the worst thing to ever happen on this planet. He obliterated the argument. No, he simply raised an objection. Then he went on a deranged rant. It's called having a vocal inflection. And when you want to make a point, why do we need all the hype though? Oh man, what an epic fail. Dude, it was just a typo. Word inflation. Language is eroding. Word inflation. It's literally exploding. When every little thing is breaking news, you got no choice. Words left to choose. Where do you go? Word inflation. ROTFLMAO. You aren't actually rolling on the floor, are you? That your butt didn't fall off either. With the death of the superlative, we'll need wheelbarrows full of adjectives. No words left for future generations. They're gonna have to use scientific notation. Brutal to the 100th power. Word inflation. It caused a fall of row. Word inflation. A verbal thunderdome. It's taking the world by storm. Hyperbole is now the norm, and it's a crime. Word inflation. I've said it a million times.
A million. Ah.
Word inflation.
Woo! Come on.
Yay.
Oh, Carla Albrecht, look at her, watch her, see how she moves. Hey, when are you going to record that song for real?
I just wrote it with Lauren and my husband Joe. It was a three-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna get that out pretty soon.
I can start on it tonight.
Yeah. Wow. Keep it going. Clap for her again while we do that. Because that was literally the most stupendously wonderful song I've ever heard.
Thank you.
Add a bass solo, you got something.
There has never been a better song than that song. I am flummoxed right now with the extreme joy, and I've never heard a better song in my life. So that's really wild. So that was great. Hey, that reminds me, what you see here is people doing stuff they've never done before, and that's what makes it great, because they're fantastic songs like that. So that means if you're watching on Facebook, you can go to virtualcomedyshow.com, click the donate to the comedians button, and then we split the money between all the comics. So we would love if you did that. That would be great. Okay, I'm going to keep things short this week and just keep moving because I am loving everything that's going on. Now, I don't want to I don't want to go too light on this, but we now have the greatest comedian that ever lived on the planet.
I already did my thing. What are you talking about?
That's true. I'm so sorry, but you're a musical comedian, and to my knowledge, hearing Jeff sing would be literally the worst thing that ever happened in our lives.
I don't think so.
I'm just kidding.
You said you wanted treble.
Nah.
Yes, I'm going to get treble now, baby. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he has the #1 album in the history of comedy. He has the biggest selling and watched ever on this planet Dry Bar Special. It's Jeff Shaw, everybody. Yay!
Wow. Hi, everybody. How about a big round of applause for Hyperbole?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're doing the wave.
Awesome. I think it's amazing that the better this show gets, the less people watch it. I think that's amazing.
That's right.
Because this is like another great episode, and there's like just us.
Yeah. Could be the draw of the comic.
Yeah, and then of course another great monologue from Brad, and then Steve, another amazing top 10. And I love the fact that you were able to play to your bass on the bass.
Hey.
Carla, yeah, and Carla, that was another amazing song, but it would have been shorter just to say wordiness. And I am excited about baseball season because I have been waiting for life to get back to normal, and the Cleveland Indians have already lost more games than they won. So life in Cleveland is back to normal. And I, for one, do not miss the cardboard cutouts this year. I didn't understand that last year. Cardboard cutouts in the audience. It was a baseball game, not the carpool lane. And besides, I found myself after one too many beers getting mad at those cardboard cutouts. I was like, hey, how come those people get to be at the game? They're not even real fans. They haven't flipped off the umpires once. And the only thing that would have made it better was, I'm an Indians fan. So if the Indians were losing like 7-1 at the bottom of the 8th, I wanted to see those cardboard cutouts walking out to the parking lot early to beat traffic. And things are kind of back to normal for me. I am traveling, doing live shows again. Wow. And so I hate it. Kind of stinks because for those shows I have to shower. This one, like, hey, how come you didn't clean yourself up? Hey, I hooked up my microphone, my camera, and my ring lights. What else do you want from me? I'm already my own roadie. Now you want me to be hygienic? Come on, give a brother a break. But it's fun doing live shows again. So now I can stop begging people to unmute and go back to begging them to stop talking while I'm talking. And I recently taped my second Dry Bar comedy special in Provo, Utah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got to spend an afternoon in Salt Lake City sightseeing. And the first thing I did in Salt Lake was flag down a missionary and ask for my free copy of the Book of Mormon. Because I find that if you walk around Salt Lake City carrying a Book of Mormon, nobody stops you to talk to you about the Book of Mormon.
Good plan.
Have you heard of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter? Oh, wait a minute. You're one of us. Go Jazz. Or whatever Mormons say to each other in Salt Lake City. And when I was sightseeing, whenever I went into a restaurant or perhaps, like a museum, I would keep my copy of the Book of Mormon right there on the front seat of my rental car, because my thinking was if a Mormon tried to break into my rental car and steal it, they'd see my Book of Mormon and go, oh, wait a minute, he's in the gang. We can't steal from one of our own. Oh, wait a minute. I keep confusing the Mormons for the Mayans Motorcycle Club. Sorry. And then I taped my special in Provo, Utah. People in Provo are the friendliest ever. I asked somebody where I could find a good cup of coffee, and they prayed for my soul. And I am one of like a dozen comedians to tape 2 dry bar specials. I think this year it might be 20, but out of 400 specials, there's only like 20 of us who have taped 2 specials. And I asked the producers why, and they said, easy, most comics get it right the first time. And so I had a great time in Utah, and I Facebooked my girlfriend, though, my girlfriend Joka, she lives in Croatia, and and it's a lot different living in Europe because they take certain things for granted that growing up in Cleveland, Ohio, I'm really excited when I get to travel. And so I couldn't wait to show her the mountains in Provo, Utah. I was like, look where I'm at. This is downtown. Look at these mountains in the background. And she goes, oh, thank you so much for calling me at 11:30 at night, my time, to show you the beautiful mountains in Utah. Thank you so much, because living in Croatia, if I wanted to see mountains, I would have to drive 4 hours to the Carpathians in Romania. Or to get on a train in 6 hours just to see the Alps in Switzerland. Oh, no, I get to see the cute little baby mountains in Utah thanks to you, Mr. American Tour Guide. What are you doing in Utah? Why don't you drive back to Cleveland, Ohio, stand on the shores of Lake Erie and say, Australia, you don't know what you're missing. I'm Jeff. Thanks for listening.
Jeff, come on. Literally, that was amazeballs. So, Jeff, where are you headed, by the way?
I am going to Milton, West Virginia on Saturday.
Milton, West Virginia for a lovely show. By the way, Jeff and I will be doing a weekend together, a Saturday. Do you know where that is in Traverse?
Not yet. I don't know the venue yet, but it's going to be Traverse City. And
yeah,
then
on Sunday, Jeff and I will be at the casino in Harris, Michigan. I think it's the Island something casino, and so that'll be fun.
Yes, and then so Saturday I'm headlining, Sunday you're headlining, and then on Monday we're both working at a Denny's in the UP together.
That's right. We'll be in Escanaba is where we'll be. So that would be neat, wouldn't it? So great. By the way, what I love about these shows, and I never came on there. What I love about these shows is I don't brush my teeth, so that's the best part of it.
Oh.
Hey, dude, you got teeth in your spinach.
Be Pad CU tonight. Got a little kale in there. So.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks, Jeff, for $507. I'll give you a cut of that little video. Donate to the show, and we'll see if I can get you the money. So now I'm going to keep moving on because I have nothing to say this week except that I enjoy what everybody says. And I want to go directly to literally the greatest female comic that has ever lived on the earth, to our knowledge. She sleeps not 1 hour a night. She is constantly moving. She has saved over 500 children from death in the Carpathian Mountains. That's Patti Melt. It's Patti Vasquez, everybody. Who also didn't understand any of my jokes.
I did. I knew like hints of those stories, but like you had so much specific information that I was not. I was blown away. That
But
was
no
good.
punchlines, so thank you.
By the way, just so you know, you might have Thai food stuck in your teeth. I have jicama sticks and turkey liver, turkey sausage, salami. I don't play in my basement. I sit down there, I write, I do shows. It's classy. I keep the joint classy. By the way, Jeff, I am a recovering Mormon. Does anybody ever say that? Have you ever heard anyone say they're recovered? I was baptized when I was 10, and that was the last day I was a Mormon. If you're gonna drown a girl, you better give her a little heads up, is all I'm saying. My brother is, I believe, the only Mexican Mormon in Atlanta, Georgia. And he was a missionary. They sent him to Provo because, well, we're gonna send them Mexican. Send them where it's easy, you know. So I have to say, I think it's pretty apparent right now, just in that last 30 seconds, that I may not be ready for being reintroduced to society. I kind of enjoy eating my turkey salami in my basement and my jicama sticks and hanging out with you guys. I don't know that I'm ready. One, traffic is back. I live in Chicago, and I wish I'd enjoyed it more. And look, no one wants to say the good thing about the pandemic was. None of us want to say that. It has been a tragic year. There's been a lot of suffering. But I think for introverts like my husband, who has not had to interact with anybody, he has been living hot. He loves this. He is like, oh, we're not going anywhere?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. So I perhaps, and let me just say this. It's possible that before the pandemic, I didn't belong amongst others. I didn't maybe do well. Like, my husband is often my handler in public situations. Meaning he is often looking for the back door. Where's the kitchen? How do we get out of this restaurant without my wife causing a scene? So let me, and not always in a confrontational, I'm gonna be angry way. I also am the person that will ask to see a manager when a server has done a great job. It's confusing to them when I say it's confusing when I say, can I see your manager? They're like, why? I'm like, because I want to tell them you're doing a good job. Nobody does that. So I have to say, so I also have run for office in the last couple of years. I ran for office, and I'm proud of the work that we did, even though I was not successful. People have been calling me, asking me to run again for a local office, and I take meetings, which is just weird to say as a comic, because as comics we're just sitting there going, this is crazy. So I went to a restaurant yesterday in my neighborhood. And yes, maybe we were having a loud conversation about public transportation, about homelessness, about affordable housing, about how my community is overwhelmingly white. I'm not saying just a little bit white. I'm saying that when I was in second grade, I was called a chink, and I went home. I was like, Mommy, am I a chink? And she said, no, mija, you are a wetback, a beaner, a spit. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's a true story. What I'm saying is my neighborhood doesn't have a lot of diversity. So we were talking about all the challenges in my community. And we're having a lovely time in an outdoor patio at a restaurant. Let's call it Coletti's, because that's the name. I love Coletti's. This has more to do about this guy. So apparently at some point, this guy couldn't take it anymore. Had heard our conversation, comes over to our table. He's like, hey, let me tell you all something about this neighborhood. And proceeds to launch into this rant with racial slurs, and the whole time, by the way, not talking to me. The person that was there for the meeting was called for, would not make eye contact with me, was just talking to the guys. So finally I stand up and I'm like, you need to talk to me. He's like, I didn't hear anything you said. I'm talking to the gentleman at the table. So I literally said, let's take this outside. In part because he was standing over our table ranting without a mask on. Okay, anyway. This is actually an actual melt, Brad, just so you know. If you want to know I said, let's take this outside. We exchanged words. Long story short, he graduated from Lane Tech. His name is Hank, and we're friends now. So
Yay.
That's our patio.
I think if you take it outside, that's technically a patio melt.
It's already outside, but I wanted to go outside.
They didn't take it outside. They took it to the Hilton.
In Provo.
In Provo, yes.
This guy, I mean, he was thrown down with the most offensive language. Wouldn't talk. He's like, I didn't hear anything you said, sweetheart. I'm talking to the gentleman. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Sweetheart.
she was like, "Let's do this." Have you seen Field of Dreams? Amy Madigan's scene when she's like,
Yeah.
"Outside, you Nazi cow!"
Have you seen Soylent Green? Okay.
I don't belong in public yet, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. First Amendment. I love you.
Yeah, I love it. So that's amazing. Well, that was Patti, everybody. Let's hear it.
Yeah, Patti.
So I have a question. Steve, what are you going to do now?
I have fulfilled the wishes of our write-in campaign, and I have come up with another top 10 list.
Well, then, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. I can't believe it. Steve
insane.
doing a double take.
I cannot believe this, but it kind of wrote itself. Something we've only touched on a little bit this week that needs to be touched on more. Our second category tonight is top 10 things Matt Gaetz looks for in a woman. In case you're wondering, these are the top 10 things that Matt Gaetz looks for in a woman. Number 10, a healthy fetus that he can date in 16 and a half years. Number 9, a clever Tinder handle like money is cool or I'm attracted to corrupt douchebags. Number 8, the Donald Trump seal of approval, usually found on the inner thigh. There's gonna be a lot of ooh tonight, I get the feeling. Number 7, deja vu pay stub. Pay stub. Because she works there. All right.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, got it.
Sorry, I've been going to the Brad Tassell must explain every joke school of comedy.
Hey, wait a minute.
I have a funny feeling you did that joke before.
No. Number 6, she's wearing a "But what about Hunter Biden" t-shirt. These are the top 10 things Matt Gaetz looks for in a woman. Number 5, a pulse. Pulse optional. Number 4, 23andMe certification that she A, is not a relative, and B, can keep her trap shut.
Oof.
Number 3, this is for Brad, can explain the lyrics of WAP. Number 2, is open to conjugal visits.
Let's hope.
And the number 1 thing Matt Gaetz looks for in a woman, junior high school equivalency.
Yay!
That was a good one, Steve.
That was a good one, Steve. That was the one. That was the one. How about this? Almost has a GED.
Kind of like the last one I just did.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. I was going
Okay,
on
got
the
it.
one you said. Right.
Neat.
I'm just tired this week. I don't know what it is.
I feel
What?
you.
Well, I just wish you would do every show from a hotel room because I love trying to concentrate on Patty's routine while you're when you're going like this in the swirly chair.
Oh, are you watching me? Well, but, no. Do you watch me normally? Because I'm wandering all over the place standing. So I'm a fidgety person. So it's.
But I think, Jeff, I think you should always wear the Kurt Cobain striped shirt because it looks so good on video.
That's
Yes.
right. And that's why we spotlight this show, so nobody at home has to see me doing this the whole show. So but thanks for mentioning that I have a thing. Nice. I'm diagnosed, but thanks. Okay, so this has been fantastic. Carla, that song was fantastic. Thank you.
That was
so much.
great.
Patty said some words that if I ever said them, I would never be seen in public again.
Did I swear? I'm sorry.
Nah.
Where no, you said oh, you found the same thing
I
that the TV.
Offensive words for
No, you didn't swear. You said words
Oh,
bad
yeah.
things about Latino people that
But
and
she's
Mexicans.
Latina.
She's in the group. She's allowed.
You are in the group. You're allowed. So I get none of those, which is fine because I don't deserve them, nor will I ever say them.
By the way, that's a true story. I was not called that name in second grade. I was called that in kindergarten. I made it
Wow.
second grade to make it seem less horrifying.
Wow.
We have some close friends whose children, as a matter of fact, one of them is the head of the New York. She's head of the public theater in New York now. She's the executive for Joe's Pub, and they're Indian. And when she went to school in North Spencer, they called her Burrito for years because they had no idea what an Indian or what Indian was in any way. I mean, it's just Crazy, crazy. We're quite a country, aren't we?
I think we've learned a lot tonight.
Okay.
We all suck.
Yeah.
What I want to know is how come nobody else is joining Brad, Patty's, and mine's flash mob?
Yeah, we need more 60s TVs in
Come
here.
on, didn't you get the memo? Flash mob at the end of the show?
Carla,
If y'all turn them on, I'll go to gallery view on the show. So, okay, well, we've had a fine show, but we're falling apart. So here's the worst joke of the week. The worst joke of the week. And then, by the way, hey, did you know my worst joke of the week last week was untrue? I did Asa Hutchinson signed the bill, and he actually vetoed the bill to take away all rights from trans and gay people to get health care. So I apologize to Asa Hutchinson for calling him ass-a-holison. I totally apologize.
Did he write you?
No, of course not. I noticed he did that. That would have been great, though. Oh my God, if only.
Gilbert Gottfried wrote. That's all.
Yeah. That's right. I did it. It was great. Okay, here it is. Now let's hope I hear it from this joke, the worst joke of the week. The LA County Sheriff's Department found the cause of the Tiger Woods rollover crash in February. The golfer was driving 40 miles an hour over the speed limit and could not navigate the turn. Woods was surprised because he said he can navigate more than 50 women at a time and go faster than ever. So also, Woods blames the crash on a flashback of seeing his ex-wife with a 9-iron in his rearview mirror. Thursday song. Bye-bye, Facebook.
Have a very merry Thursday. It's a special time of week when Thursday bells are pealing and life no longer seems so bleak. Let's open up our presents and carve our Thursday goose and wait for Father Thursday to arrive upon his moose.
You know, we tried to incorporate all the wonderful family traditions that people associate with Thursday.
Thursday comes but once a week, but do not shed a tear, 'cause there are more than 50 Thursdays packed in every year, and every single one of them is full of mirth and glee. So stuff your face and break some wind and join the revelry. Have a very merry Thursday. Put on your orange fez and decorate the Thursday tree with milk, bone, spam, and pez. Once you've curled your mustache and donned your Thursday clothes, I'll catch you 'neath the mistletoe and punch you in the nose. Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday, Merry Thursday.
Bye-bye, Facebook. Thank you.